So this is to demonstrate that we're starting on cold. I'm going to start the car. Usually start using a couple of cranks. There we go. Alright, so it's a little rough as most of these old Mopars are, even though it's a new engine. We're going to let it just sit there and idle now. I guess what I'll do is I'll demonstrate that the turn signal left and right. Also, when you open the door, we have the lights on both sides. Horn works. Windshield wipers work. The lights are on now, but you can't quite kind of see this as daylight, so it's hard to see that. This is our emergency brake. That comes on when your emergency brake's on. And then you got your heater and temperature control. These work. And you can hear the fan. And then you crank your temperature up. You can see we're starting to warm up now. Okay, clock does not work. Radio was working, now it's not working. We're going to try and get the whatever went wrong. We have fixed this thing twice. We put all new tubes and capacitors, but it will be working when we actually was working earlier, so something's going on there. Now I'm going to turn it off. Okay, now we're on the outside. We just started it up. This is what it sounds like cold. It's pretty much what it sounds like warm. You can see we got the spark plug covers, which are hard to find. You can also see that the blocks are new. These have both been machined. Intake manifold, carburetor rebuilt. What else we do on this? We did a generator, Sonny? Yes. Yeah, we did the generators new and rebuilt. We did master cylinder. Master cylinder, we had brakes, all new brake drums everywhere. We couple new things, voltage regulator new. It just runs real good. Here's a vacuum can. Horn works, as you know. It's got brand new tires on it. They're the $1,000 for a set of these Corcas. They are a radio that looks like a Bias. All right, so we're going to close the hood down and we're going to go for a little drive. We'll do a pull out. So. So if you can hear me, just to narrate a little bit, we did very minor touch-up on it. It never had been hit, that we could tell. There is no frame rust or serious body rot anywhere. We had a couple of surface rust spots we cleaned up, which were very minor. You see the four doors, all of them open and close. Rear interior, maybe you can get a shot of that, Brian. All the doors roll and close, and alrighty. The wind wings on the back, they open out like this, which is kind of cool. You get the flow through. Everything seems to be working pretty much. We upgraded a couple of the parts on it. We found some better taillights. I have a whole nother set. The lenses were good, but the taillight frames were a little pitted. This is actually supposed to look like an exhaust. That's the way that it was made. As you can see, we've got the dual exhaust. Why don't you purge really nicely? I want to open the trunk. And I want to point out the color in here as being a dark gray. And also the hinges were a dark gray. I kind of think this was a two-tone gray and white car and somebody changed it, because this all looks pretty much original. The pad in there, this has not been repainted. That's original. There was, you can see the original door tag over here that's come off. So I think this is one of the original colors of the car. Someone asked me if it was a two-tone. I think it was gray and white. Might have been gray, pink, and white. They had three tones in this time period. As you can see, I'm going to just pull it out a little bit here. These are my extra parts that I have. Extra headlights, extra handles, extra emblems. When I found better emblems, I upgraded them. We cut this carpet, so I'm going to pull this back and let you see the floor had a little surface, basically strong. We covered it with a rust inhibitor, and then we painted it with a Pore 15 product. There was just a couple of pinholes, but overall very, very solid. Here's the original back panel, as you can see. This is the sender, and we put it needed a new sender. I think we dropped the tank on this and cleaned that as well. It has the extra tire with the 5th hubcap, as you can see. Some of the extra gaskets here when we redid the heads. So we've got a entire gasket set that comes with the car. We just did the heads, so if you ever decided you want to do more, there's that goes with the car. That mentioned that. So all these parts back in here, and we'll walk around the rest of the car. Once around, you'll notice our California gas guzzler sign. Back this side, show you the inside here. Someone had reupholstered this car to match the color scheme. Kind of think they might have been a white and gray car is what I'm thinking. They placed the pink. I can't really tell. We didn't like, but the panels are good. All of it could be redone, or you could just drive it. The only bad seat is the driver's seat, and it got worn, so I don't think they really used a high quality automotive fabric when they did it. So anyway, you can see that. The wheel's good, original wheel, original horn button. We're going to take you on a little drive in a minute. But there she is. What else am I going to do? Oh, we actually found some new Firefly emblems that are really clean. For about $200 to find them, but we only had one emblem, and they're in the spares in the trunk if you want to reform it. Pretty much all the parts are. Let's walk around the front again. I'll just point out some other stuff. This is an original black plate California car. The front plate always got a little hammered like this. That means the car is California car. 56, we switched over to the black plate in 63. This is a 56 car. It had a yellow plate up at the 63. And it's still got the black plate on it. You couldn't get a black plate on a 56 car if you wanted to, so that's the original plate, we're sure, that was on the car. Okay, maybe what we'll do now is we'll go for a little drive. So, take out the emergency brake. This year didn't have a park, so it had a neutral and a brake, and then push button transmission. It is the 330 Hemi V8 engine. Now the Firefly had the 4-barrel carburetor. The Fire Dome had the 2-barrel, basically the same engine, V8s, Hemis. Quite desirable. A lot of the dragsters like to use these. It's got good pickup. Whoops. As you can see. Suspension's really nice, goes down the road, no hands on it. So I'm gonna, by the way, I have the vent open. I can close that with the internal vent control here. You can see this handle here that opens and closes it. I'm gonna get going up here, and I think it's it. There's gear 1. Gear 2 shifts real nice. Oh, by the way, we had to drop the transmission on this and rebuild a couple parts of it. So it's been freshly out of the car, rebuilt, and it works just great. Of course, it's a heavy car, it's a big car, cruises like that. Power brakes, standard steering. We have what we call Armstrong steering, large steering wheel. But it hasn't been too badly cracked. I think this car was probably garaged for much of its life. Might have been near the ocean because some of the parts had surface pitting rust, or surface pitting, I should say, on it. But again, I'm taking it off the road. It's aligned really well, no hands. I think it stops pretty good. As you can see, we'll do a nice quick stop on it. Doesn't pull when I stop. Alrighty, we're gonna hop on the freeway here. We don't live too far from the Interstate 5. So I'm gonna give it kind of I'm gonna back off just a little bit so I can give you an acceleration demonstration. Off here. Once again, it's got power brakes. They work really good. They're brand new. And runs and drives pretty much. Say as new, that would be overselling it, but it runs really good.